Hello, 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 and welcome back to another day's worth of challenge getting, or what I hope will be. I was just about to go live here, get this out of the way for the day, and then I saw that Jessica McAvoy was also streaming on Twitch. So I had to stop in and watch her play hidden object games for at least a good 3 hours. That was much more important. If she is still streaming now, please switch over and watch her instead. I beg you. I don't mean to steal. I just want the gold bars, and I can wait no longer. I cannot recall at the moment where we left off last time. It's always a bit of a mystery. Maybe down in RHODES or nearby. I'm hoping there is something good in the list today, something we can grab quickly, with a bit of a dynamic action, if possible, and some thrilling dialogue. Perhaps a cutscene. I don't know if such things exist. There we go. Ah, yes. I forgot we had recently visited the barber, rather, for a hairstyle update here, and we're rocking that wild man look. We'll just stick with that for the next 7 years or so. That'll be great. So, visit a shop in Blackwater, a shop in Valentine. I could probably do both of those. Perhaps. Change decor in the Moonshine Bar. That's currently just outside Blackwater. So we could swing into there for sure. That might be just about it. Let's check what antique alcohols we have at the moment. If any of them are at 10, I may spare one for the cause. Tennessee whiskey. Well, sure. What else is a Sunday afternoon for? Alright, let me call in Klaus. Ooh, look at that moon we have tonight. Lovely. But not as lovely as Klaus. Like a stunning second moon, he comes out of the fog, beaconing his good nature. Alright, so let's just go down the street a bit here to the fast travel post. I suppose Valentine would be the place to go. See how much it'll cost us here. An arm, a leg. Not too bad. Definitely not going to be using that leg. Its original owner certainly isn't either. This is really just a loading screen simulator so far. There's all that dynamic and thrilling action I was talking about. We can watch the loading icon spin slightly. Oh, I get what I ask for, apparently. Someone's having a very exciting time down there. So I need to visit a shop. Usually I just swing by the butcher here. Whatever is happening with the gunfire there does not appear to be a dynamic action I can take part in. Or else I would be more curious. Alright, visit a shop. I'm also feeling a slight buzz here, likely in the hotel. Of a collectible item. I can hear it, but only faintly. Tinkling away in the distance. Maybe it's downstairs here. Let's check. Give all the mantelpieces a thorough search. No one's manning the hotel desk. I guess all the rooms are free, then. There we go. Ah, but I cannot carry any more of whatever that, the brush is. Oh well. Wouldn't that have been fun? After all that searching. All right, Klaus. So let us make our way down to Blackwater now. Just get started on a trail, any trail. I don't know if the post office counts as a shop. Let's see. And that will take us right through Riggs, so we can check for collectibles there. I have, however, left town from apparently the wrong direction. But that's just fine. We'll skirt by the river here, in what will be called the scenic route. This is a lovely little crossing here. Bend in the river. Likely some curious fish. Just throw a sleeping bag down and I'm all set. Apart from, of course, the fact that I would die almost instantly from a complete lack of survival skills. This must be taking me back up and around to the little footbridge here. Yeah, we'll do a little curly Q, and then we'll be on our way. Not the most efficient path to Blackwater, but we'll get there. It's likely time. We have spent a few days now in our Arthur Morgan costume, paying homage to his life and deeds, but it's likely time to change back into a normal outfit here whenever we next have the opportunity. I know there is a tailor in Blackwater. We could swing into the wardrobe. I love these sweeping views when the camera is able to pan back there. Huh. A random moonshiner operation. Well, okay. As long as this isn't another player's moonshine operation. There we go.
Hey, mister! Hurry and just kill yourself!
Oh, I'm good. There's his hat. Come back here, you.
Either way, you die.
I was expecting that to do it. There. Hard to find that head sometimes. Ask any horse veterinarian, they'll tell you. So this is a rival, and I'm sure of ill moral character, moonshiner operation. Not the sort of moonshiners you should bring home to meet your mother. And we are feuding. Let's call it feuding. There we go. Point them out, Klaus. Point them out if you spot them. There we go. I should have, tried to cut these horses loose first. This is not good. Okay, well now we're in a sticky situation. My apologies for the horse. That's too bad. Oh, also the loss of human life. I apologize. Took me a second to remember that that also had value. Ahem. Alright, where are you? There's your hat. Well, that was fun. Now the Moonshiners of incredible low moral character and ill repute will haunt this area no longer. Thanks to our increasingly violent efforts. Perhaps unnecessary violent efforts. Hey. Enjoy your day. Leave some corpses for him there, just in case. Perhaps that is in fact his mission? I'm not sure. I'm just a passerby to all of this. It wasn't me, officer, I swear. Ooh. Occasionally I kick off of my horse. Thusly. Just got that restless leg syndrome. Oh, hello. Almost trampled a rabbit, but then at the last minute, no. I'm hoping nothing will fail if I run out of there. I didn't really want that. But lovely, it counts as one of those. I wasn't sure if ambient random events did, or if you had to start your own bootlegger mission. Sounds like the train is just going through, Riggs. See if we can catch a peek of it. There, perfect. Let's wave to the train, to the whole cruise ship routine. Bye! Watch out for icebergs! Bye! Alright. Let's check if there's any metal detector item here. Momentarily. There is not. Oh well. How about a tarot card at the post station proper? Post office station. No. Well, alright. Catch you next time, Riggs. So on to Blackwater. Hello again. Welcome back. Playing something a little less thumb strength intensive at this point. Just barely. Let our friend pass there. Don't want to risk a collision when my groin is this sore. Oh, you didn't need to know that part. I'm sorry. I've just been riding all day. All day riding. Hard. Oh, you didn't need to know that either? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, that's a lovely location for a player camp. Perched on the cliff top like a majestic eagle. I am jealous. I'm filled with envy. One more river to cross, I do believe. Oh, try not to trample on the graves. There's a little raccoon scurrying along. Enjoy your evening. Steal some of the good crackers, and try not to moisten them so much that they completely dissipate. It's my best advice to you, Mr. Raccoon. try not to moisten your crackers. We are indeed back to being a Wild West veterinarian, reviving left and right. The most noble of jobs. Not sure how it always manages to be night. This is my curse. Whenever I attempt to film, it manages to be night. I suppose my hat must have gotten shot off at some point during the fracas back there. I didn't even notice until now. That happens occasionally. Finally find a good hat and then pew pew. Goodbye. I haven't found many collectibles in the usual spots here today. Let me try this one. Must be on one of the cycles I'm not as familiar with. I'm only familiar with like 3 out of the 6 cycles. I'll have to remedy that. Alright, let's see if a post office counts as a shop. To remedy one curiosity of mine. I suppose it does not. It is not a shop in the traditional sense. That's fair. I just needed to know. I may have some of these I can send out too. Let me check. Pentacles. Let me do arrowheads. Hang on to those for now. That'll just get me a little pocket money. Pardon me one moment. There we go. So sorry. I have to remedy that. Title of your sex tape. That's fantastic. So we do need to find an actual shop. Perhaps the stable is an actual shop. Oh, sorry, sir. Pardon me. Excuse me. Let me just go around to the butcher stall. I know you can clip by that one and it usually activates without having to dismount. It's the drive-through option. Because I'm just that lazy. Even though it's only 1898, I've developed modern laziness. There we go. No need to dismount. Checking one more usual suspect, but no. There's sometimes a dig spot out there that's active, but again, not on today's cycle. Blackwater is quite busy. It must be partially due to the challenge they've set for it. Speaking of which, I suppose we need to run to our moonshine shack at this point. Let's head out of town. Leave these people to their work. And stop trampling the side streets. Pardon me, sir, I'm riding the European way. I'm riding after the European fashion. Just keeping a loose lookout for golden sparklies, as I'm wont to do. That's what they'll say about me long after I'm dead. He died as he lived, searching for golden sparklies. Unsuccessfully. Just as he lived. Okay, let's head across the great plains here. Howdy! And the yippiest of Kayayaing, indeed. The very yippiest. Give that man a friendly whistle so he knows I'm not torpedoing down on him with vengeance on my mind. Not until later. Keep hearing occasional gunshots from that player, Dot. He must be hunting. Never quite be sure if it's a pot shot at you or not when you're passing by random player dots. People do like to roleplay as Tusken Raiders during a pod race. It's a very topical reference for this environment. I forgot to visit the tailor while we were in Blackwater. That was the other reason I was headed around to the butcher side of things, but oh well. We'll have to tailor ourselves later. Let's see if we can change the moonshine decor here, and then perhaps do 2 more bootlegger missions to satiate our lust for gold. The lust for Curly's gold. That just makes it sound weird. Alright, Moonshiner decor, what do you have for me? Currently refined. We'll switch it back to basic. Back to basics. And we'll see if that gives us gold. This is, what our ancestors did so long ago. They called it, quote-unquote, panning for gold, but they were just playing video games and marking off the daily challenge list. They just sort of exaggerated it when they told us. They were like, it was long hours in the sun, back-breaking work with my pickaxe and me. But no, it was just this, really. Not entirely sure if that's historically accurate. Don't take that to the bank. But I'm fairly confident. Let's take a peek at our basic decor. I can't remember if we have. It sounds familiar. In the back of my brain. Where all the hair is growing out of. Oh, I guess it has stripped me of patrons. They were like, if he's going to be changing the decor, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But my band has to be here. I pay them, so they can't leave. They can't leave during the renovations when the paint thinner fumes get trapped. Okay. We will leave Marseille to his important work and begin a bootlegger mission from Miss Maggie here. Hatless and all, we will bootleg our way through the Old West.
Okay then. We need to win back some favor with the saloons round here. Just the way it
okay.
works. We help them out, they help us out when the revenuers come round asking questions. Anyway, there's a bar near here that's having a few problems.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Not
that.
sure what exactly, but I said I'd send someone over to sort it out for them. And I know what
That is true. They are musicians. They stay specifically for the paint thinner fumes. It's the best place to be when you're running away from your fears and problems. I wouldn't know anything about that. So we're going back into Blackwater to help out the local saloon, apparently by escorting a drunk patron. Someone is imbibed too heavily and cannot make their way home unaccompanied. I'm probably freaking this guy out, running around behind him. My apologies. And also veering wildly to the left when I should not be doing so. So back across the plains. I'm sure this is your favorite area. To just zigzag back and forth across relentlessly for session after session. Klaus is about halfway down the old health bar. He's not in desperate need, but let's give him a treat here. It's the weekend. we go. Nice full bars for Klaus. Hashtag full bars for Klaus. Trying to get that social activism movement started. I feel it will be pretty popular. Pardon me, gentlemen. Gentlemen, sir, madam, ladies, young boys, 2 of you. Pardon me. 4 young boys in trench coats. Okay, who needs an escort? Approach the patron. Step 1.
Nice to see you again.
Rick-a-dick-a-dink-dink, rick-a-dick-a-dink-dink. I'll just let him do it. Excuse me, I'm gonna need you to come with me. You've imbibed too heavily, as we mentioned previously. Yes, follow the blue blur out this way. Looks like the Scottish flag. Come on. Maybe I just need to get further away from him. Let's try that. I'll just leave him to his own devices. There we go. He's figuring it out. Is he going to be able to balance on the back of Klaus? Is my next question. Oh, that's rough. He has knocked himself clean out. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. This is why you carry people across the entryway. This is how that tradition got started. People thought it was chivalry, but no. The bride actually just face down right in the doorframe there and could not continue. Well, now we know. History in action. I'm just gonna hope he's not gonna slip off there as I take off full gallop. That's the way. He's not gonna have an aching tummy box after this. Pardon me. Just taking my aching tummy box back to the bridal suite here. Don't mind me. Oh, it's always a colorful day in the West. Look at us go. Oh, yikes. He has awoken and slipped off. Oh, there he goes. He's back in Dreamyland. He's gonna have some very, very strange bruises when he wakes up tomorrow morning. Or perhaps 2 days from now, depending on the severity of the moonshine he's been after. Sorry about your strange bruises. I can explain. I was carrying you across the threshold, and towards the bridal suite. No, how do I explain? It'd also be a little bit hard to explain this if we hit one of those revenue agent roadblocks, I have to imagine. Hey, we gotta search the back of your horse for moonshine. What is this? I'm not sure why there's an aggressive red patch back there. That's concerning. Somebody wants this unconscious man dead. Hopefully it's for another player, and not for me. Over you go, Klaus. Come on, you can make it, buddy. There you go. Alright. I'm just gonna slip you under the covers, And just gingerly take your boots off. Don't mind me. Just gonna slip your boots off. Alright, here we go. That'll do it. That's the way. I'm sure he'll be fine. That's not gonna cause some significant spinal fractures. Oh, I feel a little guilty, but we're just gonna leave it. Alright, I am feeling quite the tinkle, if I can be honest with you now. Oh, darn, I've picked him up again. Quite the tinkle of a nearby collectible. There we go. That's a little better. If only I had a small bowl of hot water. Aha, looks like it's right under the bed here. He tinkled under the bed, as it were. Yes, that was very much a Bane snapping Batman's back reference there. I believe that was intentional by the developers. I can only hope. Okay, you enjoy your night. I'm sorry about everything that happened to you on the road here. But thank you for the MASH cost reduction, or whatever the reward was for all of that. Let's check, once we get into the safety of the shack radius, let us check if that counted towards the bootlegger missions. Don't know if he was trying to hit me or avoid me, but yay, we went into ghost mode at just the right time. Oh, put that away. There we go. Okay. 2 out of 3. Perfect. So we just need to do one more of those. I'm sorry about everything that happened to you on the road here. The title of your sex tape. Nope. Didn't want to get back on, but sure. We'll give Klaus another thigh hug. There we go. So let's start another one of these.
On that last thing. Feels like we're making progress.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. There may be a, like a 2-minute countdown before I can do another one of those. Hold on just one moment. I will be right back with you. I'll give you the front view. A view of the fireplace, rather. I'll be right back.
Do you need something? What's all the noise for?
And I'm back. Let's check if that was enough time on the timer. No, it was not. Then let's go visit the band.
Okay then, good.
Oh, she didn't want to talk to me anyway. Fine. Just go play with the band and leave me alone up here to do all the paperwork. And so I have. Finally, got some patrons back. This gentleman likes to review a good cow skull as he enjoys his cigar. Just a cigar, see, would be too feminine. You need to throw a cow skull into the experience. That way people really know how manly you are.
When's this party gonna start?
What if I sit right here? Does that mess up your plan? Does this make you feel like okay, let's get out of here. That got into some weird territory. Back to the band at hand. And it's time to fiddle. I think it's fairly obvious. It's fiddle time. I'd like to play alone, please. All of you just sit and watch. Sit and watch me play. Thank you. I also need some time to prepare. I will begin to play in my own... Okay, yeah, you really need to either play or get off the pot here. I think it is glitching out just slightly. Let's try that again. He could not catch on to the beat. There. Oh, that's the stuff. All right, everybody now.
Got us a customer.
Everybody now.
Maybe some of y'all know how this one goes.
Oh yes, we're getting requests from the crowd. Free bird. Do you know Lopty Neck by the Max Rebo Band? Oh. My heart. I can't take it. Right to the heart of me. Oh yes, you're just in time for the jam sesh, and welcome. Piano solo. Oh, hell yes, that's tasty. What happened to the clean-shaven, short-haired guy? Oh, he saw some things. He lived some life. Some experiences happened to him. All right, you can have your fiddle back.
Maybe something else is more your speed.
And you. We're the closest visual match for each other, so I think this will be easiest for the audience to go along with. That's the stuff. I'm Steve Martining. Look at me. Look at how far I've come. Okay, you've put up with me long enough. Let us get out of here. But not before we pay tribute to the band. With the weakest of moonshines. This one's for you guys. Cheers. Thank you for indulging me. Okay, let's see if we can do that bootlegger mission now. I'm Geralting my way out of the basement. Tossing a coin up the stairs here. There have been rumblings, while I have you all captive in the chat, there have been rumblings that my version of The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, has been reinstalled. I'm not sure if that's of any interest whatsoever. We have so many active projects, but, oh, do I want to toss a coin up the stairs? Just want to see if I can reset her here. It may be a matter of the session rather than a timer timing down. I would expect we could do one now. But there we go. It's grayed out. No such luck. If those random ones are counting, we may be able to find another one of those, or maybe we can just check back in another 2 minutes here. Well, that is a lot of yes in the chat. I think we have our answer. I think we're tossing a coin in the near future. So let me just see if I can get this to behave itself. Eventually, somehow. Possibly by glaring at it. Don't you do this! Don't you get that song in my head! I'm sorry. I'm trying to make the references as vague as possible for exactly that reason. Any time now, as if by magic. Reveal yourself, Miss Maggie. No, not in that way. Just, no, The moonshine shack must be on the fritz. Does Marseille exist? This is the question. Not even Marseille exists. We have a real issue here. I'd better go back out again. Oh, there she's back. There we go. Starting it up. A brief delay for technical difficulties.
Risky business. I remember losing a month's supply to contamination one time.
Toss a coin to your Peter. That's a different song entirely. It's already in use
Could you pay our
at some of the finer nightclubs.
add a little extra to their barrels when no one's looking? These things happen to the nicest people.
I was looking at the chat and making jokes throughout that. I'm sorry, Miss Maggie. I didn't mean to be so rude. Sabotage arrival still. Okay. Down at Thieves' Landing. So there are two ways these can go, I believe. This particular type of bootlegger mission. You can sneak in and poison their still, which then they will send out bad moonshine and their reputation will be destroyed. Failing that, if you get caught trying to poison their moonshine, you kill them all and destroy it. Those are the two ways this can go, and I don't believe I've ever successfully snuck in and poisoned the moonshine. With a big beefy cowboy like this, it's a little hard to sneak them in there. If I can be a little critical, Rockstar has never been exactly known for their stealth mechanics. That's the lightest criticism I can offer, really. So we'll see how this goes. It's the point of all that nonsense. Oh no, let's open up that can of worms. Let's make this all about Henry Cavill. Let's make this all about those high-waisted leather pants. I have nothing better to do. So yes, this will likely end in a bout of gunfire and some brief explosions. I believe I would just need to get in there. Let me try to skirt around the ridge. If there is only one of them, it's worth a try. I will get into stealthy crouch mode, as it is officially called. If you look in the manual, you'll see stealthy crouch mode listed as one of the options. Right there next to shooty pew pew, which is basically the only other mode. I think we can even get out some binoculars here, really roleplay this up. So we have a man plucking his heart out. I am not seeing the still itself. So it must be, there it is, yes, it's that little steaming copper pot in there. So we'd have to get in there. I'm sure the idea of it is that you're supposed to, like, quietly kill a few of the guys and then sneak in and out. And I always try to do it, like, if I'm stealthing, I'm stealthing. There is no killing, no one can see me, blah, blah, blah. But then it's all, you know, all or nothing, and I get myself into a bad situation. Sneaky, sneaky, taking a peeky. Oh, they saw me. And that's how it goes. Just about every time.
You're closed in. Can't go anywhere.
Come on. Get an angle on that guy. Sorry. Sorry about the 2 shots. Sorry about the 2 shots. I always hope to deliver to people, even the most nefarious of people, the sort of death where they don't know that it's happened. It's over before they're aware of it. The old 2 shots to the chest isn't particularly following that rule. Slow bleed out through the chest. Oh, come here, you. Don't make this harder than it has to be. We're already having a discussion about Henry Cavill. Don't make this any harder than it has to be.
You're dying here, you dumb son of a bitch.
Our high-waisted leather pants just can't take it.
You think you're above the law?
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, that is part of the problem here. Is that I do believe, in some sense, I am above the law. I mean, that is why we're here. Well, that's a pretty good hiding spot. I commend you. Don't make this any harder than it has to be. Oh gosh, his poor nose. I'm so sorry. This is, brutal. And they're still coming. Just can't get enough of the ultraviolence.
Men like you make me sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Big. Big like the cur you are.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Though you're correct that I am nothing more than a cur. Okay, let's pick this up real quick. Under the heavy hail of gunfire. Oh, the old 3-shotter. That's unfortunate. And it still didn't get him. He's gonna very slowly, over a long period. Sorry. Okay,
You a dead man.
moving on. Slice. 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 And there. We got it, finally. So this was like the Mel Gibson movie version of this particular mission. I apologize. Wow. That's not quite what I had in mind. But yay! There's our 3 bootlegger missions completed. Oh, I gotta loot this guy. Missed the front half. Oh, sorry about your leg. That's gonna require some stitches. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it was worth... Oh, 30 human lives to lower the cost of our moonshine mash by a few dollars. This is a little bit of a moral gray area. But boy, was it exciting. Burn him till he's dead. Oh my, what have I done? I've spread my violent tendencies into the chat. They're creeping. What a lovely day. You still smell all the blood back there. What a lovely day. I did get a peach out of it, yes. That's really the best reward I got from this. Let's see if it's in my recent satchel items. Ooh, looking juicy. Let's indulge. Oh, I just threw the skin of it away. he doesn't eat the skin. That's fair enough. It's fantastic that it actually stays and rolls down. Looks a lot like an apple core, but I'll forgive that. That slight detail. It's got a good roll going. This is riveting. Makes me want to stand with another cowboy at the top of a hill and both eat a peach, and then whoever's apple core makes it down first wins. We'd need an impartial judge. I wonder if the strange man is available. But let's not get started on the strange man. We'll be here for hours. And once again, I've managed to for it to be night. So you probably can't see anything but the low, glowing chest hairs of Klaus. What kind of bird this is. Indulge my curiosity with a bit of a threatening gesture. It is a raven. There seem to be some owls that pop out at night every once in a while, one of which I still have not gotten. I need a specific kind of owl. For my own mental list. I don't think it really matters outside of single player, but I'm keeping a mental checklist. Very loosely. Let's see if there's a metal detector item under this tree. Once again, they're probably not going to give any credence to where I think they should be, where my hopes and dreams are laid. They care not for that. Fair enough. I'm not really seeing any distant smoke signals or anything of interest. I'm kind of hoping something else fun will randomly happen. To put a feather in the cap here. But I'm not seeing anything. I can't tell if that must be Blackwater on this side, so it must be like RHODES all the way over there on the other side of the water. Something like that. Trying to figure out what those lights are off in the distance. There's some coyotes. This is the best part of Red Dead, when you've done your bootlegger missions and you're choring for the day, and you're just out looking for stuff, just spending the time in good company of Klaus, having a ball. Must be that guy's camp. I should skedaddle. I don't mean to worry him. Oh, come on now. I believe in you. There you go. You figured it out. I hear the train going again. It must be going through Riggs. Once more. I wonder if we can catch it on the long bridge. Or if it will despawn as we slowly wade through the river. That is also an option. Oh, I hear it chugging away. Hello, horse. Ah, just missed it. Once it's on the bridge, you can't actually get to the side of it in order to jump on. But we'll follow it across the bridge, and then we can find a way past. We'll just be part of the convoy here. I expect eventually they will need to add a jump forward off of your horse onto a train animation. It seems like they're going to need that in the continuing life of Red Dead Online. Because right now you can only get off to the side, and then you can jump, over the railing there. Or what I prefer to do is to jump to the boxcars themselves. Because that just looks dramatic. It's like an Uncharted game, all of a sudden. Give a quick check in this station for cards while the train is paused. Not hearing any buzzing, though. We should be good. Alright. So now we're on the train. And maybe we can just ride it until sunrise here. See a little bit of the land. Because it's pretty. Is all. Let's go into the immersive first-person experience here. Now we're inside Geralt's head. There's something so soothing about just riding the train. Kind of chaotic noise of it eventually blending to a nice white hum. Not a brown hum, surely. So I wonder what time it actually is here. Let's check the pocket watch. Just before midnight, perhaps? So we have a little bit of nightfall remaining. I'm hoping we may be able to see a smoke signal or something from here, though. And I should give one more check to the daily challenge list, just to make sure there's nothing else easy I'm neglecting. Yes, I really only have 7 more people to loot. Or, not 7, 3. 3 more people to loot at this point. That could be something. But that's probably about it. So if we can do one more event, a hideout or an ambient bootlegger mission or anything like that, I would be more than satisfied. I'm already satisfied now, but even more so. It's a misty morning, or a misty night, I suppose. Let's see if Klaus can catch up to us after it gets flat here, after the bridges. There's some fancy action movie hero maneuvers we can pull off with Klaus. Oh, he's stopped. Like a ghost, through the twilight. I was hoping we were already past these 2 bridges. That was what I was trying to avoid. Oh well. Klaus will have to find his way around. My apologies, good sir. There he comes. I know I'm asking a lot of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Klaus. Woo! That almost took the front of my face off. As is this. Shwoof! That's the sound it makes as it passes. Oh, poor Klaus. We're almost into RHODES at this point, in which case all of his racing to catch up with us won't even matter. I'm sorry, my friend. I called you too early, and then too late. I'm not seeing the prompt. Usually he can get close enough that you can jump down onto him. But he's not quite catching up. There we go. I do believe there's a wardrobe in RHODES. Also, I could change clothes there, perhaps. That's the way to dismount. That's the ticket. Alright. So let's see if we can get into the general store here. I skinned my cowboy knees. Yeah. We're playing chicken with it now. My poor little cowboy knees all raw and sore. I skinned my whole cowboy body. Yeah, that's also a good way of saying it. Look at the back of my head, in fact. Ouch. Let's have a medical inspection here real quick. Oh, maybe it's just soot. I can't tell. Tell if it was wet with blood. Okay. So let's run in here. Take a look at the old clothes selection.
Hello, sir.
For our beefy Viking man friend. As I'm sure you won't mind introducing
Take a
him
look. Any questions, feel free not
at your dinner parties. Tuck and roll! Oh man, look at my hand there. That's gonna leave a mark. Alright, so what should we be wearing? Let's take off this outfit back to something default here, and then we'll start with a clean slate. Let's say pants first. Sure. Pants. And I'm thinking perhaps Bandito or Cabrera. The Cabrera pants have these nice little buttons along the legs, which add a little something something. Let's go for that. I'll show you the little something something that they add. Alright, now let's put some boots on. We can't be bootless. These come with stockings. You can take the boots off and have just your stockings, if you prefer. I don't want you to think I'm just wearing boots. Stockingless. I would hate you to think that. Oh, let's just do tuxedo shoes. That'll be fancy. That'll give Klaus the impression of fanciness as he feels them clacking against him. Okay, we should be fine there. Let's see, how about a shirt? Oh, pardon me. Pardon me and my nipples here for just a moment. Do we want to do the Dread Pirate Roberts shirt, or do we want to do something more? Yes, this one. And then, of course, you have to open the top button. Allow a little draft in. And let's roll those sleeves. Yes, please. Oh, we're making good time. So, Cabrera pants, we've got that. Let me check what this belt does. This belt is usually not necessary, but with this particular combination, it's adding a little something. A bit cluttered, though. Let's leave it off for now. We'll see if we can fix it with a vest. I know how excited that makes you. A vest? No way! This is the best game. You could do the whole Black Parade. Get into that spirit. It's a little clashy with the Viking aesthetic we were going for, but I like it. Now that kind of floofs his hair out, actually. We could go with a little hair floof. Always do with the floof. Okay, sure. Let's go there. It automatically covered it in red dust. Good. Since I just bailed on the train. I think it does carry your dirt forward. Your dirt is like a timed thing. Or something like that. But that's fine. Give him a little rustic charm. And that's probably it. don't think we don't need to go crazy. All of this stuff will close up his top button. We can't have that. Gotta see that Adam's apple. Alright, let's just do that for now. Back into a rugged, flexible outfit for all manner of situations.
Can't see where I'm going.
Well, it is dark. I'm not sure what you expect me to do. Alright. Now we are freshly dapper. And I am hearing the tinkle of sparkles. Sparkly tinkle awaits. It must be up here on the roof. Let's check. There, it's just not sparkling for some reason. Could barely see it. Another card for the collection. Lovely. So we still have not found a capping event. Ooh, a little more dust for the outfit. Let's hope that when light comes up here, we can see something in the distance. This is a good area for it, because it's basically flat and clear for miles. As soon as the sun comes up, I'm sure we'll be able to find something. To kill a few more minutes, let's go check the fence here. I could not remember the term. The fence occasionally has new items, and I haven't been around in a while.
Been a minute. Sift through, see what
Yeah,
you like.
it has been a minute.
All right, what do you have for me? Fine.
I'll sell my collection of gold teeth. These, hilariously, the implication is you shoot a man and then you reach into his mouth and yank out his gold tooth after he's not using it anymore, which is brutal enough on its own, the idea of tearing the tooth out of a dead man. However, even more hilariously, sometimes you can you go on bounty hunting missions and you have to hog tie the bounty target, and while they're hog-tied, you can loot them. And sometimes they give you gold teeth, but they're just like alive and roped. So you literally rope a man, reach into his mouth, tear out his tooth while he's conscious, and then go about your merry. And I think that's hilarious. Could be called a glitch, but a hilarious one. Very occasionally find more tarot cards around here, and then also, if another player hasn't already beaten you to it and run through here in the last 20 minutes or so, sometimes you can find money in Trelawney's shack here. There it is. Pardon me. So I'm just stealing $3 from Trelawney, who is sitting there reading a book, minding his own business. He's a lovely character and friend from single player. Part of your gang, your crew. And the sun is just peeking up. Perfect timing. So somewhere in this vast, flat expanse, I am very much hoping we can find a smoke signal or something to draw our attention. Go ahead and eat something real quick here. My health bar, after my many leaps from moving trains and rooftops, is not the best. Nice succulent fish. Wow, that is lovely. I'll just take a moment to enjoy it here. Before it's gone. So I'm not sure where, like what direction exactly we should be focusing our efforts on. I have not seen anything creep up over the horizon yet. It is a very crowded session, and regrettably, those smoke signal events, hideouts and such, can be kind of taken There's the smoke signal. Let's go see if we can find it. It can be taken if another player gets there first. Sometimes if you arrive at the same time, it can be sort of a jolly cooperative effort. But we'll see what happens here. It is also easy to lose a smoke signal you've seen once you get off into the swamp here and the trees get tall. So we'll have to hope we know the direction we're going. It did look like it was further into the swamp, so let me take this bridge across. Let the many birds of the swamp call our hello. Caw-caw! He's here! Get him! Pack his eyes out! No, birds, no, calm down. I would be sort of ashamed to pass right by this area without taking a brief mention. We have in previous episodes... Come on, Klaus, you can do it. In previous episodes, we've been taking a look at some of the more interesting, mysterious, secret sites of Red Dead's map. And this is certainly one of them, if not chief among them, I would say, in single player. This is a cabin in the middle of nowhere in the swamp, fairly far away from other secret items of mysterious note. That occasionally has a antique alcohol collectible. There we have it. And so you may be seeing that it is covered in these pictures and text. The water is black with venom. We have from the snow to the cave. I gave everything for art, and I learned too much and nothing at all. We have this map of a town, an aerial view of a town, which, let's see if we can even see it from here. The town it is an aerial view of is all the way clear across the world, down in New Austin. Armadillo, which is currently suffering a cholera outbreak, and has been suffering outbreaks of other diseases for several generations, it seems. And so there's a map of Armadillo, which is suffering from mysterious ailments, and the phrase scrawled on it, "I offered you happiness, or 2 generations. You made your choice," which may have something to do with the shopkeeper in Armadillo. We're not quite sure. So there's this very strange mirror in here, and in single player, in the middle of the room on top of this rug, there is an easel set up with a canvas on it. And as you make progress through the single player, the picture on the easel slowly comes into view. It slowly gets more and more completed. And we may have mentioned earlier, the strange man starts to have something to do with that. The moon will shine on in the darkness. So this is definitely a location to check out in your single-player game. You will meet an old friend from Red Dead Redemption, the original, who is a character no one's quite sure what to do with. And the mystery of him has continued into the sequel here. So do check out this location in your own game, and figure out what all of those phrases and things mean, and then have a little reunion. It'll be fun. So that took us away from the smoke signal we were trying to find, and it likely has been claimed by another player now at this point. But we were passing so close to that shack, I just wanted to mention it. It is another of the ongoing rockstar mysteries we are all suffering here. So I'm sure hoping we just need to find something that has another 3 loot chances, loot opportunities. Really any old thing where someone dies. do check it out. Do. I'm not seeing any other smoke. But I will keep wildly making you motion sick here in the effort to find some. It may be easier even just to start another event of some sort, but I was hoping to let the natural world do it for us. We can also get further into Saint-Denis at this point. There's very rarely anyone to shoot in Saint-Denis, since it is a civilized, modern city. There aren't many missions with gunfights, in online at least. So we may have to fast travel out further into the wilder west in order to slate our bloodlust. Slake? What's the word I'm thinking of? Where would be a good spot? Perhaps Emerald Station. Let's check there. Satiate, that's a good one. So this has been a longer Red Dead session than most. Thank you for bearing with me here. I've just been having fun. And this is keeping me from having to die in Dark Souls again, so I'll take it. Momentarily. A brief break from death. So once again, looking for anything that might be considered an ambient event before I make a hasty decision here. But not seeing one, let's go ahead and start a bounty. We'll see if that gives us the loot we need. What have you people done? Well, that's unfortunate. Wanted for poisoning to death all but one of the horses of a rival. How, I am so incensed. Justice will be doled out here. It's one thing to murder a man. It's one thing to kill your brother with a knife. It's a very different thing to poison horses. Come on. Sick. So we're headed off to the Viking tomb. How appropriate. I am dressed for the occasion, it seems. The Viking tomb, also quite a cool spot. I hope we get a chance to check it. Klaus whispers, "Avenge my people." Klaus is quite hoarse. He needs a drink. Avenge my people. Go on, take a sip from this guy's barrel, Klaus. You've earned it. I hope that's not a saucy euphemism. Oh, I'd like to take a sip from his barrel. So we are going up into the rocky cliffs above Roanoke, it seems. And then perhaps on to Roanoke itself. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat and steering into rocks. That's my bad, Klaus. I should probably just set this into cinematic camera so that I have time. That would be the smart way to do it. Yes. Ah, yes. It's that sort of Peter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm trying to seduce the man in his barrel. can't help it. I see a barrel and I just have to have it. Ooh, sorry. Almost trampled a chipmunk there. Would have been the worst day ever. To live with the moral weight of having trampled a chipmunk on your shoulders for the rest of time. Just wondering. Alright, so this is the Viking tomb in question. And that is a... I can't tell what. A bear? A cougar. And it's trying to get me to focus on this clue instead of shooting. There we go. Okay, Klaus has been spooked. That's fair. I'm sorry. Come back. I love you. Uh-oh. I don't want him to suffer here. Sorry. There we go. I'm also sorry about this. In the same breath as I lament the potential trampling of a chipmunk, I'm perfectly happy to absolutely desecrate one of God's finest creatures. Or whoever made those cougars. I'm not sure who. Okay, I do have 9 minutes left after this cougar attack here. I'd better get to it, but you should definitely check out this area with this Viking tomb. There are a couple of cool... right here, next to Annesburg, if you're curious. There are a couple of cool things to pick up there in single player. A comb and a helmet and things. But let us continue to look for the lady here. Now we can focus on the clues. And let's find this poisoner of horses. I must dismount. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get a couple of these trails active if we can. It seems like sometimes you can come in and just find them. You just find them leaning up against a rock somewhere right off the bat. And sometimes they don't seem to spawn until after you've checked the clues. Or maybe I'm just unlucky. It's kind of a strange type of bounty mission where you're not necessarily taking out a hideout full of bad guys, but you're just tracking her around. And it looks like this is a dead end, or perhaps a continued trail. Yes, it is continuing. Let's hunt it to its conclusion here, at least. Sometimes they make you circle back and start all over again, even after a multi-tiered trail. There we go again. She's just leaving trash all over the woods here. Trash and blankets. Some of them can also split off into multiple potential paths, as this one has just done. Let's focus on the left. Come on, Klaus. You can make it. They're just a couple of rocks. I have faith. Looks like it went across the river. Yikes. There we go. 7 minutes. I do believe, rather, as I trip over my tongue, that the timer now only applies to the finding her phase of it, and then we'll get a second timer for the bringing her back in phase, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm remembering that correctly. We have a lot of multiple paths we need to remember to check back on now, if this does not happen to be it. This is taking me quite far. Also don't want to throw a firebomb at her. That would be devastating. Lasso. There we are. Hello? Hello? She's left her bedroll behind. She's in for an uncomfortable night. And this one has also split into two. Alright, keep going this way. So many choices. And all of them with an equal potential for correctness. And incorrectness. Hello, dear. Good to see you, dear. Okay, so that is a definite campsite, but it looks like not one she is using at the moment. So let's circle back to one of those multiple paths here. This is how it goes. Sometimes you can catch it out of the corner of your eye, but sometimes it is also a different horse or something. Just an NPC trotting by. Okay, let's follow this trail out. Getting a little low on time. This is taking quite a while. But that's just what they want you to think. Okay, going in the cave. Are you in here? No? Well, that's a shame. There, it actually gave me my go back and try another path thing that time. That's better. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the question mark here, see if I can pick up another trail. I hope it's not just giving me this one and I, didn't follow it far enough. But we'll check at the question mark. These can be very tricky. And like I said, sometimes you can just roam around the yellow part and find them regardless. So yeah, for whatever reason, I don't think it counted that I went all the way to the end of this trail. That's just weird. Let me see if I have time to do so. And then it will mark it off. Must have just wanted me to dismount again. There. Hasn't been this way. Gonna get deep into it. So we have 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes, to go all the way back to the beginning and find a new trail. That path did not work out for us. Sometimes that's how it goes. Oh, yikes. That was not good navigational skill on my part. At least I didn't fall directly into the campfire. Okay, let's try this path. Picked up the scent again. 2 minutes.
You can't be here.
There we go.
Oh shit!
Alright. Let's hope we, when we loot her here, we do not yank out a gold tooth, as we mentioned previously. No. He's trying to mount Klaus again. Loot first. Pick her up. There we go. She only had 6 cents. With Bruce Willis. No tooth.
Oh my god, help!
And as you can see, we now have 10 minutes. 10 minutes 30. In order to get back to the Annisburg Sheriff's Office. And deal with her filthy mouth, apparently. She's just gonna keep calling me names the entire way back. I'm also hoping potentially... I don't know if that counted as one of the 3 loots I need remaining. I'm hoping potentially she sends some riders after us here to get the other 2 loots we so desperately need.
If you untie me now, I won't come
But
back
I'm
to
not
kill
really
you.
sure. Not really sure if people that you track this way have pursuers.
Here.
I can't recall. Maybe that you spent all the time tracking them in a non-aggressive manner, and so they'll let you get all the way back into town non-aggressively. But that's just sort of a random chance.
Damn it.
This is a really pretty area here on the cliffs coming into Annesburg, too. As I wildly fluctuate between my pronunciations of Annesburg, Annesburg, etc. Almost back in.
Damn it.
And no pursuers seen. So yes, it must be that when you've gone to all the trouble of tracking them, they give you a break and don't send people after you on the way back in. But that has sadly robbed me of my final daily challenge. That's fine, though. This was still a worthwhile event to cap off the day's session. I will not get on the horse. I just want to... Okay. Okay. That was weird. But sure. Alright, I found your horse poisoner.
Be seeing the judge real soon.
I hope she's also going to see the gallows. There were good horses in that group. Let's deliver the justice that they deserve. Come on. That's my impassioned speech. For her to be hung. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of myself, but I never am. Okay, and we're back in lovely Annesburg. With the boats passing. And the sheen of industrial chemicals in the water. Lovely. Thank you for bearing with me through all of this Wild West fun. Yes, I'm sorry. My hands are always a little strange when I'm taking the bounty into the jail. Can't let them go without one good squeeze, apparently. My apologies. All right. Let us face this way. Let us see if I can do a wave, as is my tradition. And we'll see you later for Pseudo Geralt's adventures in the Wild West. I do hope you're having a lovely day, wherever you are, as lovely as this day is in Annesburg. And we will see you next time, back in the 5 states. Thank you for coming with me, and bye for now.